hello everyone, this is Michi Hoyer from ACR Speed, and I'm live here for the Simpit for the very first time after we've done our announcement. Chronic Racing now to become ACR Speed, at least for some teams, whereas Chronic Racing as ACR still remains an independent team around here in sim racing, but nevertheless this cooperation with Speed is some very promising stuff to come up in the next couple of months. So it's gonna be interesting to watch what we can do here. Anyway, for tonight there's a little more iRacing planned before I will race the USF 2000 again around Indianapolis, probably in RFactor 2 on sim racing system. So quickly gonna look when this race is going to take place. That's an hour 42 minutes. I'm already registered and hope that I will find some competitors to make it an official session. So if you guys want to race there on RFactor 2, get your sim racing systems from www.simracingsystems.com, download the content, and yeah, be live with me together in 1 hour 42 minutes to race the USF 2000 around Indianapolis there. Anyway, for now, I'm just waiting for my iRacing to be fully updated. And there's currently nothing to update for me, so I should quickly refresh the page and I can click race now to race the Mazda around the Okayama course. So with this race week 13 being on, something interesting to do here as well, as most of the races do not really count towards the so-called iRating, which is good on the one side, a bit bad on the other side. Nevertheless, this global Mazda MX-5 Cup Series does count, and after winning our first race this year, I think, because I haven't done quite too much iRacing this year, we go for another shout here. Happily this time I race this track a little more often than other tracks on iRacing. Nevertheless, quickly need to fiddle in some nice little setup to be able to fully unleash the power of this Mazda here around. Basically a very narrow track in the last sector of the circuit. Hey Giulio, thank you for joining the show here. Hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, a lot of F1 2017 drivers, a lot of drivers in general currently doing a lot of iRacing, getting things together here nicely. So yeah, as you said, quite a bit some coincidence going on. Nevertheless, we want to be even quicker than them. But anyway, looking forward to this race today. As we quickly adjust the setup in some tiny spots, and we do some practice here. So anyway, thank you very much for joining here on the show. If you guys got any questions, especially to this massive announcement we had 1 or 2 hours ago, just feel free to ask. I will definitely give you guys an answer for the specific questions as long as I know. So don't hesitate, don't be shy. You will get all the knowledge and all the information you need there. As we're approaching a really tight hairpin, where you have to stay so patient with getting on the accelerator. And then we join this narrow part of the circuit where you have to be really precise and yet carry a lot of speed. It's very easy to lose the car around here. To carry a lot of speed towards that main straight here as we head out for our first time lap, and I hope to be somehow be able to improve that throughout the next 10 minutes, because that's gonna be the time we got left in order to get in some decent practice. Probably don't want to spin at all here. So better take third gear at all here, and that hairpin that opens quite early. Have to be really precise and stable. Oh, that's very important throughout this section. Don't push the car too hard, because that will clearly end in disaster. Nevertheless, you need to carry all the speed available here. As we said, in a 150 something, 150.8. Definitely need to take it a lot more easy on that corner here. There's a lot of speed to carry through if you take it just right. Nevertheless, the car is oversteering like mad still. I probably need to rework a bit on the set. That's an off track. You better want to know the limits of the track as well, rather than simply go racing on it. Oh. So there's definitely going much drifting and sliding in the back. On. So look. I can towards that. Take this a little higher. Everything fast. Let's see whether this toe-in adjustment gave any help. as we're currently into first position, at least in that practice session. That doesn't mean a thing though, as you can see that the optimal best lap time of myself currently sitting on the 49s. Hey Harley, thanks for joining. Alright, the car balance seems to have improved. At least to my liking, it did. Now let's see. Carry a little bit more speed through turn 1. That worked. Carry a lot more speed through 2. Really need to watch out to not lose the car there. Anyway, looking good on this lap so far. 1.5 seconds down. And I hope I will not be harmed by the 2 guys ahead there. Misshift there. Oh, I lost at least 3/10 or something here. Don't throw it up too much to the inside. Definitely some time to gain there on the final sector. Going to be particularly interested in what kind of strength and feel I'm gonna find myself in. Hey Peyton, thanks for joining me. I hope you're gonna enjoy that racing coming up here on that stream, on that channel. Here around Okayama's racing circuit in Japan. I'm trying to snatch a little bit of slipstream, and as you can see on the time delta, it's working quite well along that straight. So definitely an interesting and very important exit off the corner we just came from. So the other session is ready to race. as we still have some battling going on. That's why we keep it here for a second. Oh, there you go. Need to leave anyway. No, Dan, that's not fixed setup serious. I am available to have some setup changes at least, which I made quite some use of, balancing the rear of the car. So yeah, definitely Peyton. Sorry for that. Definitely want to win that race. Will be interesting to see though whether I get the chance to really hold people off. As I quickly go to the garage, check what is about to tow in here. I do think a little more tow in could make me even faster a bit. So I quickly gonna validate that from leaving the pits in this practice session. See how the car behaves. Probably too much tow in doesn't help at all. Yeah, beat design. You could be right about changing the ARB on the front from soft to medium. However, having a front suspension or a front soft ARB means that I can go much quicker through the turns without getting understeer. But I'd rather have the car a little bit more oversteery rather than understeery. Hey Jack, guten Tag to you as well. I'm doing great. Finally, all the work from the past few months has paid off, and we were able to announce our cooperation with Simpit, the famous close to 50-year-old GT3 racing team, and that has gone particularly well the past few weeks and months. So I'm really looking forward to now be a little bit off pressure and do have some fun racing and so on. As I'm waiting, guys, asking of what I'm drinking here. As usual, I'm having a cup of coffee. I do not drink coffee during FSR races or during real competition races, because there it's all about focusing as we enter into our qualifying session, hopefully being able to put in a great lap. Yeah, but for now I keep drinking coffee because it's getting late here. I have a tiny bit lack of sleep over the past couple of days, but just to stay awake and to stay online here, I fill myself up with some coffee, as I love coffee. A lot of milk coffee and cappuccino, latte macchiato, all that stuff. Those Italian guys are nice in food and drinks, so really appreciate it. Well, Peyton, I've tried this rallycross for once, despite the fact not really knowing the rules and the procedures. I had a little bit of fun, yes, but dirt or rallycross racing is not really my liking. I don't like drifting around on the mud. I'm more like racing a straight car, like a Formula car. Don't want to drift it at all, or just drift it by some 1 or 2 degrees drift on bank angle to just only maximize the speed. So more into what I'm doing currently. I feel a lot better with that, so that's what I do. Let's see, maybe I will get some dirt racing or rallycross going, since Sean is considerably hyped about it, so I might join him on one race maybe. if I'm fancy enough. As we go green for our qualifying lap now to start. Yeah, same here Dan. I definitely need some coffee throughout the days when working in the office. Not too good turn 2, so there's definitely some time missing. Yeah, Christoph, if I don't drink any coffee in the morning within the first 3 or 4 hours, I start to get headaches. So yeah, coffee is a drug. Not a very or too dangerous one though, as long as you don't suffer from the caffeine shocks. Quite decent lap so far. Half a second down on whatever lap I did. So really go slow and be patient for a long time. And then carry out the speed onto the main straight, hopefully ditching into the 148. Not quite. Probably also because of this corner. Getting this a lot better this time around. 2.5 tenths down. I can make that work and stick and ditch into the 48s. If not for that mistake here, probably that will put me quite backwards. Yeah, Christos, you're so much right. As a Formula guy or open wheeler guy, I definitely stick to the road. You don't wanna go off track at all in a Formula car. So there you go. A little bit too much sliding going on. Won't be able to gather back the 4 tenths. Nevertheless, car feels good. I can manage it quite well like that. And there you go, optimal lap time would have been a 148.9. Still, I hope some solid position. Yeah, Dan, you're so much right. Racing in the dirt, racing on a racetrack is two complete different mindsets. As currently we have a provisional pole position, so this could only get worse. And so we got a 10-minute race ahead with lap times around 2 minutes. It's gonna probably be 5 or 6 laps. So we just gonna wait until the qualifying is simply over to then have our pole position time here confirmed. As this is probably my first pole position whatsoever if it stays in that condition. which I really hope to pull it off to have a great race. Definitely the car feels good, but do not do too much mistakes. Don't want to do any mistake whatsoever, but I'm racing this car in this sim so frequently, like nothing at all. So I'm definitely gonna be happy with a mistakeless race. So I put a little bit more fuel in, since I do not think that 7.6 liters is enough around here. It wouldn't make too much of a difference anyway. Yeah, as I just wait this qualifying to be finished, which now is the case, and that puts us in a pole position. So very great stuff. Looking forward to now do a good race, as we can already get on the grid and simply wait for the other cars to join. It's gonna be very important to get rid of the guys behind quite soon, to not let them make any use of slipstream whatsoever, since the draft on this car is quite massive. Anyway, clutch is pressed. We still wait for final cars to appear. And now I already can tell you guys that I'm probably going to be live again in 1 hour 15-minute time to do some racing on RFactor 2 on the sim racing system. Racing the USF 2000, some skip barber car from the specifications, around Indianapolis on open lobbies there. So feel free to join, as we now looking towards getting ready. And off we go. Decent start to the race. Turn 1, very crucial to put in a little bit of space between me and P2. Same goes for turn 2, not go wide. That's perfect stuff. 7/10 gap there. Just be far enough so people can't dive bomb. And that has worked ever so great. Hopefully going away a little further, as otherwise slipstream will take an effect. Thanks for the good luck wishes, iBike7. As I'm being put under pressure a little bit from Maximilian Martin there. He's being the only guy being able to follow me so far. Nevertheless, that could mean at some point he could launch an attack. We better get rid of him. So there's a 1 second gap meanwhile. Trying to carry all the speed around this 180-degree corner. Absolutely right, Christos. Sometimes you really need the pressure to operate at full possibilities. As well, sometimes obviously you don't want to have too much pressure at all. Well, this is looking good so far. .1 second gap. Yeah, on sim racing system and RFactor 2, meanwhile everything is running smooth. Henrik, the CEO or the runner up of that sim racing system, had quite some issues with a dedicated service of RFactor 2, but meanwhile those issues are sorted, so everything works nice. I hope I will have a better exit this time from that corner. Yes, I do. So 0.8 seconds the gap is. Try to carry out speed of every corner. Don't spin it though. .8 seconds still the gap is. Very nice exit out of the final turn, putting it back to 1 second. They're getting a little bit away from the draft. Very nice turn 2. And he's only done that as good as I did. Nevertheless, now I'm being on the verge, gaining a little bit more time on him. Yeah, I'm hoping he does so. The time delta is currently pointing to exactly that. As I found out that only a tiny bit of steering gives yourself a settled car and quite good front end grip still. I'm just taking it easy on the tires, on the car itself. As the car in behind vanishes even more. Well, that's clearly to my liking. As we can increase the gap even more. Last time around was close to pole position lap time, 1:49.2. Let's see what we're gonna do this time. Another 1:49.2, so very consistent lapping going on around this circuit. As for me, the tires start to fade away a little bit as well. Nevertheless, I'm still feeling good. As everything we need to do is carry out the speed towards that long straight, which we've achieved nicely. Well, you can overdrive those cars on iRacing quite a bit. You shouldn't really do it though. On this series probably it doesn't matter because I think tire usage is set off. It's only the grip being influenced by tire pressure and grip, which is can give you a hard time. So 1.6 seconds the gap is now. I think that means clearly his tire is starting to go off. As we come in final corner to take the white flag. So just one lap to go to make this dotted line flag to flag finish in P1. So just go easy on everything for the last time around. No need to take the last risk around this final lap now, as the guy needs to really close the gap first, which he can do, but nevertheless he needs to push until the very end, whereas I can have a look on taking everything safe home. So the gap is 1 second, just marginal but enough. So no incident, no single touch, no single spin, no leaving the track. Flag to flag, pole P1, what a great race. Haven't had such a race on iRacing ever, so definitely gonna be delighted to pull this off now. As I quickly want to see about the fuel remaining 7.9, so I'm badly overfueled there. Surely want to park the car on the inside to not cause any trouble or damage or whatsoever. And that's race victory, pole position, probably even fastest lap of the race. So Grand Slam as you would call it in racing. So good stuff there on this 19 people grid. Definitely that was quite a good session. Thank you very much guys. Appreciate all your words. Thank you Christoph for loving my driving style. Yeah, I agree. I'm aggressive and hard on those brakes, and then try to carry the speed and get a decent exit. So anyway, it was nice stuff. I really appreciated racing. Was definitely a bit of fun. So I finally can quit this race room here and hopefully see a good impact on my license, which really did it. Gonna quickly have a look for you guys at my series results. and you guys probably be able to see what kind of impact it had. So strength of field was 1401. As you can see, that was plus 008 on the license and probably around 100 on the iRating. Guy behind really put me under pressure there, so very good stuff. Whereas my brother is tagging me on some Facebook post there. But anyways, guys, I will have a quick look into the sim racing system. And friend of mine, Joe Pitar, is already being registered. So in 1 hour time, we are ready to race this US F2000 around Indianapolis. So I hope you guys gonna be back there. However, I'm thinking about no. I keep this race being shared here, since I hope Henrik will be particularly interested in that, as you guys really should check out this sim racing system for RFactor 2. It enables great racing. All the races I had there with non-PC players have been particularly clean. Just some little notching going on, if any, but nothing as severe on iRacing you see sometimes. So definitely can say get on the sim racing system stuff, do the racing there, get on your rating. As I quickly go out of that session to just show you how it works. You can go to up to 1,100 points. I got 200 here already. Just did 3 races so far. 1 win, 3 top 3 and 3 top 10 obviously. So this stuff is really going to be very nice as I register again surely, and hope to attract further people joining us later here, as you need at least 5 drivers to make this one an official session. So if you guys want to join me, would be happy to do so. Otherwise than that, I hope to see you in 1 hour time. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. My name is Michi Hoyer. I'm from Averconic Racing and ACR Saxspeed, and I was live for Sean Cole, also known as the Simpit, and I see you guys out on track.